What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm D.Knight, and let's play Spoiler.
Cause it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Yeah, it's game time and I'm ready. Game time and I'm ready. Can't stop my hustle. No, you can't stop my shine. I ain't come to make no friends. I just came to get what's mine.
And we are back with the Miami Dolphins franchise rebuild. We currently stand at 6-7, and one more loss eliminates us from the wild card contention. However, we are just one game behind in the AFC East. Not bad for an offense that ranks 31st. We're no longer last. That works. And our defense, which currently ranks 2nd. So we have a championship defense and a pitiful offense, probably because of Rosen and his 19 interceptions. But what we're going to be doing this episode is getting through the rest of the regular season. I do believe that we are going to showcase the Week 17 game, which the Ravens are one of those in the final wild card spots. But tell you the truth, it might be the AFC East that kind of sneaks us in. Really weak division this year. Not sure. But let's see if we can get a win against the 7-6 49ers. Another tough loss at home. If you're keeping track, we have one home win. That's it. We just can't seem to win at home. But our offense did finally show up. 94 yards for Anthony McFarland, 250 plus for Josh Rosen. It was a good offensive game. Rosen did throw a pick 6, which ended up being the difference, but that was really in the second quarter. Our defense actually was kind of the problem. They were giving up huge plays. 114 yards for Jerick McKinnon, 210 plus yards for Jimmy G. I just don't really know what we need to do. Our offense finally shows up, and then our defense lets us down. But every time we get to the red zone, we have to score touchdowns, not field goals. And I think that is our biggest problem. But congrats to Antonio Gandy-Golden. He did get his first career touchdown today, which is amazing. With that loss and a win by the Ravens, the Jets, and the Chargers, we're not mathematically eliminated, but we have to win our final 2 games and hope that everybody loses out and the tiebreakers go our way, which isn't going to be happening against the Chargers. But if we beat the Ravens in Week 17, it could. The Jets, however, do have the lead in the AFC East, and we split this season with them, so the tiebreak could possibly still go our way. But next up, we have the 4-10 Raiders. Let's see if we can get a win. And we get spanked by the now 5-win Raiders. Our defense was getting dismantled through the air. Our offense couldn't really get anything going. Our rushing was pretty good. McFarland did a good job again. And Rosen, 2 turnovers, a fumble, a sack. This team is just not good. And against the AFC West, which we ended up going 0-4, and we got blown out in 3 of those games. The only game was the Kansas City game. We also missed 3 field goals. I don't know what to do with Jason Sanders. Granted, there were 50 plus, but in the now NFL, you have to hit 50 plus yard field goals. It's just what needs to happen. Not sure exactly what we need to do, but tell you the truth, I'm pretty sure our playoff hopes are now over. So starting off with a little bit of bad news, Mike Gesicki will be out for the Week 17 game against the Ravens. Almost had 900 yards this year, so it's going to be a pretty big loss. But Kenyon Drake is back, and I think we're going to get him starting. So we are officially out of the playoffs, but we do have a Week 17 game where the Ravens are still possibly in. They're 1 spot away. They need this win. So hopefully we're able to kind of play spoilers and knock them out of the playoffs. So let's jump to Hard Rock Stadium and see if we can't spoil their season.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they interplay in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. As we get set to watch Josh Rosen command this offense, the number 10 pick in the 2018 draft.
It's week 17, Brandon, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. He's not going to win the MVP.
Telling us that he's been more vital to our team than any other quarterback in the league. If your coaches are saying that, you feel pretty good.
Yeah, I actually heard from an opposing coach earlier this week where he said, look, he's not going to win it, but he should. He's been the best player we played against this season. Against the pass, you get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, you got 3 down.
Here's Rosen. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Defensively, here are the starters for Baltimore. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now it's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
Out of this whole thing, it puts him in that position.
Jackson on first down. And an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look 3.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Back after the sack, 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's Drake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Rosen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry.
Derrick Henry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play. To do it with a plan, and I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback, and indeed he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. On third down, Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff looking right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Rosen to throw, and he finds Parker here, complete. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that to the sideline. I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, he has to keep pace.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. And the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they're down. Jackson from the shotgun. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the draw, this is Ingram. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. From the gun on third down, Jackson. Benjamin's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Able to capitalize here. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Henry alone in the backfield. Here's Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him
set to start the drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On second down, it's Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
As they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. They're able to locate Wilson. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. He's got it 1st and 10. Running, it's Drake. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Faking the give to Drake, now Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Rosen. And that is incomplete. Now Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. This is Henry. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience in 10. Now Drake. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Mike, 58, right there.
Rosen off the play action. And this is Parker, complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's done 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Running from the shotgun with Drake. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. On 1st and goal, Drake fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And they'll throw it with Rosen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. From a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So 2nd and goal there from the 1. They go to the air.
And the perfect down to throw the football in this sequence. 2nd down is always kind of that, do they throw it, do they run?
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
Yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On 2nd down, Ingram. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson. Snead's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We play to win.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Jackson's throw on target to Willie Snead. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28. Now Jackson.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Jackson. He dumps it down to Ingram. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Evan Ingram, as the first half is winding down, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk again.
Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start in the Meadowlands, an NFC East battle that pits Washington against the New York Football Giants. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Saquon Barkley, 100 yards exactly on the ground with a touchdown run as well. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton.
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he's going to get this inside the 30. His guys up on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And down inside the 15 he goes. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. This is caught. 10 more there and another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The first down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Drive here, 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And this will be Jackson now. This will be caught just inside the 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run, making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle, no running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short. Because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he gets this one. Rosen just getting the snap off at 1. He goes underneath the Drake. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. A give running right, Drake. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Rosen. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete.
Or they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 46. On the counter, Ingram. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On 2nd down now, it's Henry. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson looking for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down. On 1st down, it's Rosen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. Rosen will throw. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Rosen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to Parker again, but it'll be 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Rosen. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Jackson finds his tight end Ingram. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done. 8 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. This one complete to Ingram. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful.
Drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Now it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. It's complete to Drake. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw is Rosen. And he hits Drake.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
Watch tight end, watch tight end.
Throwing again, it's Rosen. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are once again going to retake the lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Rosen to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram.
Let's see what you got.
Throwing is Jackson. And his pass incomplete. The Ravens on 3rd down. As close to automatic as you can get. 9 out of 10. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll give Henry another shot. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead.
Because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team. You have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now Jackson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Tucker's kick is good. 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rosen saying, let's go, guys, faster. Clock is running here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rosen, he's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Rosen, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And we talk about...
And the pressure gets to him again. Resist on 1st and goal. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win, needed one desperately.
They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now it'll be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.
Well, we couldn't play spoilers here in Week 17 as we lose to the Ravens 39-29. Their top offense, and I think it's top 3, absolutely dismantled our top 3 defense. Almost 500 yards of total offense, almost 400 yards for the man they call Lamar Jackson. Over 330 passing, 71 rushing. I mean, he just lit us up and down the field, and he even had 3 turnovers. And we still couldn't win this game. Our offense actually didn't do too bad. Rosen threw for 230. Our rushing game was kind of non-existent in the second half after we had the lead. So Drake has kind of been real up and down. McFarland had really the good games towards the end of this season. And Albert Wilson actually continued to contribute all the way through these last couple of games. And it's a contract year for him, so I might actually have to look into that since he is going to continue to score for us. But I think a lot of things are going to change with our quarterback play, since Rose's 22 interceptions just isn't going to make a playoff team at all. Not sure why they were talking about MVP. I mean, you would have to be out of your mind to be voting for Rosen for MVP this year. But we ended up with 6 wins. It is what it is. So we ended up finishing 6-10, ended up being 3rd in the AFC East. Luckily, the Patriots were below us, but they could still win in Week 17, and we would be dead last in the AFC East again. Does look like we're going to have a top 5 pick, which is going to be nothing because we're going to trade up for the first pick anyway because we want Trevor Lawrence. We need a quarterback. But let's take a look at our upgrades and our draft board. Superstar Minkah Fitzpatrick, 85 overall. We're going to stick it into hybrid. Get him up to 86 overall, +2 awareness and +2 pursuit. Another superstar, Raekwon McMillan. We're going to stick it into pass coverage. See if we can't get his zone up a little bit. He doesn't go up overall, but +2 on zone. Perfect. Middle linebacker, Jerome Baker. We're going to go into field general. Keep him as a scheme fit. He is now up to an 80 overall with +4 on zone coverage. Holy cow. Tight end Mike Gesicki, we are going to go into possession. I'm really surprised that he hasn't moved up a development yet, but I think he's very close. A huge amount of upgrades here for him, but he sticks at a 78. DN Chase Young, and we're going to go into run stopper, see if we can't get him as a scheme fit. We do. That means he's going to progress just a little bit faster. Backup defensive tackle Lorenzo Neal. We are going to go into power rusher, see if we can't get his play rec up. He stays at a 75, and he gets +1 play rec, so that's good. Kicker Jason Sanders, and tell you the truth, I'm not sure if I want him to come back or not, but we're going to go into accurate, get that little boosted up so he can stop missing field goals. Backup corner TJ Carey, we're going to stick him into slot. He goes up to a 73 overall, gets +3 on tackle. Starting receiver Preston Williams, and we're going to go into route runner, try to get his routes up. He stays at a 70 overall and gets +3 on medium route. Backup strong safety, Suet Cravens. We're going to stick it into hybrid. Goes up to a 71 overall, gets his coverage up. Backup halfback Anthony McFarland will get one. He had a great game against the Niners, almost 100 yards, and he probably would have gotten there if we didn't have to throw the ball all in the fourth quarter. AGG gets one. We're going to go into route runner. That gets him up to a 68 overall. We just wanted to see his routes get a little bit better. Mandatory upgrade for Bryce Sturck. We're going to stick it into pass coverage. Does not go up in overall, but gets +3 on zone perfect. Backup tight end Octavius Cooley continues to upgrade, and we're going to go into possession, get him up to a 66 overall. Power back Trey Ragas continues to upgrade as well. We're going to go into elusive back. He's going to stick at a 65 overall, but I want to get him close to a scheme fit as possible. Backup defensive tackle Ray Lima. We're going to go into power rush. Does not move in overall again, but he does get +2 awareness and +2 on power moves. Backup wideout Kirk Merritt, and we're going to go into physical. He does not go up in overall, but I want to see his catch and traffic go up. It gets +1, not bad. Cornerback Jalen Thompson, we're going to continue to go into slot. He lost his scheme fit for whatever reason, but +2 man coverage. That's interesting. Bravion Roy continues to upgrade as well. We're going to continue to stick him in run stopper, get that overall up a little bit. He's now 62. The last time we're going to take a look at our draft board, we're going to look at a couple of undrafted guys that we think might be our 7th round picks. Starting here with right tackle Will Fries, the 6'6", 317-pound senior out of Penn State. Does fit our archetype, which is agile. He's got a couple of good top skills: lead block, run block, impact block. His talent is early 6th round, but again, he is projected undrafted, so he could possibly be a good 7th round pickup. We are also looking at center Mikel Mene, 6'4", 312-pound senior out of Penn State. Fits our archetype. He's got real good run block finesse, pass block finesse, and run block. His talent is early 7th round, again projected undrafted, so he could be a good depth piece for us in the later rounds. And finishing up with another offensive lineman, we have right tackle Greg Island, the 6'8", 335-pound senior from Mississippi State. He does have the archetype of pass protector, but he has good pass block power, pass block awareness. Another early 7th round talent that is projected undrafted. He could, again, be another depth piece that we're looking for here in the later rounds. And that's where we're going to wrap up this episode. When we come back, we will take a look at the final season stats, awards, we will get through the playoffs, and we will get through the off season. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next episode. D.Knight